Our neighbors in Washington state raised their minimum wage last month, making it the second highest in the country behind Washington, D.C.
But here in Idaho, the minimum has sat stagnant for more than a decade at $7.25. Shannon Moody with our sister station in Spokane dives deeper into how that wage disparity impacts businesses and local economies just miles apart.
The White House Grill in Post Falls has a reputation for good food, and owner Roger Dem says 25 years worth of finding and keeping good workers.
It was always my dream to have at least my 95% of my employees to have a livable wages.
Can I get a French onion soup, please?
Under Idaho's current minimum wage, which hasn't budged since 2009, Erdem's two Idaho restaurants could pay $7.25. But he says that's not really an option.
Everybody thinking about minimum wage, minimum wage, minimum wage. We don't have even one employee in an untipped employee making $7. Its least is $13.
Part of what drives up what Idaho employers offer is just across the border. Washington has one of the highest minimum wages in the country, according to the Department of Labor, sitting at $15.74 since January 1st.
There is pros and cons. Some of the pros, obviously, for Spokane is that it attracts some labor to the market.
The latest numbers from Idaho's Department of Labor show that in 2019, around 4,600 people commuted from Spokane to Kootenai County for work every day. But more than double that, 9,800 traveled from Kootenai County to Spokane.
It's basically tourism dollars going back into Idaho, but then that creates some more of that strain on the labor market as they are living in Idaho, demanding Idaho services, but they're not providing the labor in Idaho.
Rand Herzog, associate professor of economics at Gonzaga, says the growth of big business in Idaho is an added strain. Corporate employers coming in can pay $20 an hour, something many smaller shops can't match.
What's ultimately happening for some of these smaller businesses, they're resorting to reduced hours, they're resorting to more work hours for the owners, things like that. It is a challenge.
Shannon Moody, KREM 2 News.
Right, not everybody supports raising that minimum wage. For Washington state, the higher minimum wage poses a problem for larger businesses.
They would have to pay even higher wages to compete for employees, making Washington less desirable for companies like Amazon to set up shop.